Played here since 1932, these two programs have defined conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. For nearly a century, this venue has stood on the floor. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Back in Norman, you can feel the excitement building for this Oklahoma Sooner football season. A bounce back year for Brent Venables, 10-3 in the college football playoff, and I can tell you, the Gaylord Family Stadium was one of the most electric I've been at in that playoff run. Can the Sooners rebuild and reload for this season and keep that consistency going with another college football playoff appearance? Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find room for the big play. He'll be stopped after a short return. It's a coverage unit right on top of him. So Oklahoma's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. You go back over the history of this rivalry, and there's certainly been close games, but there have also been a large number of blowouts, and we had one last year for the Horns, David.
And I think as a Texas fan, you better understand that, because when you win big the year before, OU is going to come out with their hair on fire, Jesse, ready to make a statement.
When I think back to last year's game, the thing that impressed me so much about Texas was that they stepped up and brought their A game to the ballpark in the Red River Rivalry, one of the biggest games of the year. Let's see who's going to step up in this one today.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Gets it out fast. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Opening drive of the game, and they're facing 3rd and 1. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Might as well give it to him again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Wide receiver going in motion. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone defense.
The offense moved, but it was because the defender jumped into the neutral zone, and the offense would pick up the 5. Gets the back moving. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. It's Harris. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Sooners have this offense rolling. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Working the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that Still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play and guys that could play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman, Oklahoma.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
Come on, receiver. You can make that play. You do it all the time in practice. Don't come out here on game day and start getting big eyes under the big lights. You got to make that catch.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Trying play action. With the catch, it's Harris. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Texas's offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here comes Cam Coleman. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense.
We've got 2 receivers playing in this game, 2 of the best in the entire country. 2 guys who had an opportunity to go to the next level, but they came back because they knew they had a chance to compete for a national championship. And now, David, we get this game where these guys are going to go head-to-head. They're seniors. They know the system. They have great chemistry with their quarterbacks, and they're ready to put on a show.
And if you don't think they're peeking over to the other side every time they're not on the field, you are absolutely wrong. This is that kind of showdown. This is draft stock jockeying, right? This is the Bolitnikoff at the end of the season. They want to make a name for themselves. Who is the best wide receiver? No better opportunity than to do it head-to-head, and we got that stage today.
Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River Rivalry, there's just so much fanfare. There's so much tradition. And remember, with bragging rights on the line, this thing just means more.
Third and 6 yards to go. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Come on, defense, what are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense has to locate this guy. They've got to communicate to each other if they're passing off in coverage. You can't let that guy be that wide open.
Going for the touchdown, couldn't make the connection, but this flag will be against the defense. So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. Pressure's there and he lets it go.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only 1st down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Third down from the gun, Manning. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The free safety timed his rush perfectly on the blitz, and they come up with the sack.
Yeah, and the free safety usually stays deep and plays coverage, plays in the middle of the field, but they spin him down, bring him in the blitz. You could tell, caught the offense off guard, and he gets the quarterback and gets the sack.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And here's the return. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This drive will open from the 15. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Makes it past the marker. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
Yeah, and we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Final play of the quarter coming. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. To the air, it's Mateer. Heaves it on the run. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. You want your defenders to be physical in pass coverage, but they can't be overly aggressive. They can't grab and hold. That's an obvious PI call. They'll run out of the gun here with Robinson. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. Could not make his way to the corner.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
And
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding third down, I can get it right now. I got a little bit of space right up the middle, pulls it down, runs it straight ahead, and goes and gets the big third down conversion.
Zings it complete to the right. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Robinson. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that's going to give us a tie ball game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Simon. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Here's Manning to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give on the counter. There's a crease. Got enough for the first. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
They'll move the wide receiver. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
So now it's 2nd and long. Manning. Oh, they're after him. Right on target this time. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels. Now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. They'll run with Brown. Touchdown, Longhorns! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Lining up to add another. And they knock through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. So an 82-yard drive there, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Got a man, it's Robinson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback keep. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Snagged out of the air. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. He tries to take the top off. Finds a spot in the middle. He is in! Touchdown Sooners!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Motion from the wideout. Play action, here's Manning. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the back. To throw, Manning. Grabbed in the... Oh, it's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following on for a massive fumble recovery.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Forced out of the pocket. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The play action fake. Firing to the right, complete. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And this offense trusted their quarterback. 3rd down and short, they give him the football, tell him to go make a play. Nothing open, what does he do? We're in field goal range. We're in a good spot here. Throws the football away, makes the right decision.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Splits the uprights, good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Throwing Manning. That's caught. It's Wingo. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Dropping back, it's Manning. Grabbed in the middle, it's Coleman. Timeout taken by Texas, it's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wants to go right back downfield. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, I know he makes it look easy, but trust me, it's not. For him to run the post route like that and then locate the ball in the air, out-jump a defender on a 50-50 ball, and have the hand strength to reel that one in, that is impressive.
Arch Madness. Got it. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for 1 more snap to put up points before the half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. We are seeing what the coaches mean when they talk about winning all 3 phases offense, defense, and here today's special teams. They've almost single-handedly given this team the lead so far. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They'll move the tight end. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Manning with a play fake. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Sends it back in motion. The run inside. It's Smothers. Sweet cut there. Still on his feet. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Arch is going to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Smothers. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Going to the run, it's Smothers. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Here's Arch to throw. Under fire. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Well, that's not necessarily a throw that's going to show up on the stat sheet, but I love the decision. We're in the 2nd half. We've got a tie game. You cannot turn the football over. And if nothing's open downfield, just do the smart thing and throw the ball away. I love that decision by the QB.
Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Bowen. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Sooner offense returns to the field. And after that last field goal, they start this third quarter, find themselves playing from behind. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it, I don't care where you line him up, he's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
Wants to throw, it's Mateer. Fires on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. They'll go to the counter play. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right back to the well. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll run the option. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
They go play action with Manning. Throwing right. Fires it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Reads it, fires complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Manning to the air again. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. Absolutely perfect. Put a 3 spot on the board as we finish quarter number 3. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So first down will open up the final period. Motion from the wide receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Mateer. Quarterback adapting. Nice move to keep running. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
On the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. He got enough, slides, and moves the sticks on 4th and short.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The Sooners are flying down the field. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Gets it to him on the screen. Spins away from the defense. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
And the Sooners, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's gone! And things have tightened up. It's a 3-point game.
And that's massive. All the pressure on your defense now. You've made the field goal. You've got to get the ball back. You need one more kick. That's what you need. And so the defense has to be ready to take the field right now, play with intensity, play with energy, and get it back to the offense quickly.
And he'll bring it back. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Manning on play action. Finds a man in the middle. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
I think most offensives around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Maybe a crease. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it on the counter. It's a fumble. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Still running at the 40. All out of space. Touchdown, Texas! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. To the air, it's Mateer. There's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And when you're trailing by a couple possessions in the fourth quarter, you can't do much of this, much more. I mean, this offense has to find a way to attack the sidelines, the middle of the field, deep down the field. It can't be the little dink and dunk. This offense has got to find some explosive plays.
Rushes on him, and down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback taking the lead. This game always brings out the best in both teams, but today, Jesse, Texas' best was a little better.
And this is a win for them that's going to help their recruiting. Coaches are going to get paid for, but most importantly, David, Texas gets bragging rights for another whole year.
A whole year of bragging. And a whole year of telling OU fans, you're not as good as us. You can throw up the hook 'em horns. You can do it with pride. A lot on the line every year in the Red River Rivalry.
It may not be a crown, but it's a hat, and it is golden. In this latest edition of the Red River Rivalry, it goes to Texas. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Until next time, that'll do it for this edition of EA Sports College Football. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.